All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the New York session. Today is Monday, the 25th of August 2025, and we are here back again for another week. Now, last week we had a good week. I hope you all did. We had an incredible move from Monday to Friday, and then on Friday, basically, Mr. Powell caused the market to wipe out everything that was done the whole week in just an hour. So within an hour, everything that happened during the course of the week was wiped out. Now, personally, I think if you go back and you watch Friday's session, I did made mention that stay out because the week is done. But even with that, I still managed to catch a few decent trades with that move that happened. I actually got stopped out on Euro because on Euro I was short in London, but I placed my stop loss above here, so it took me out as quick as possible. I was selling this bearish order block here with my stop loss above it, so it took me out as quick as possible. And pound, I was short from up here because every trade that I got I exited down here, so I didn't get punished on the pound, but on the euro I got stopped out right there. And then euro pound, I think it gave a beautiful entry if you were alive on Friday. I talked about this level right here, right, and I had my buy limit right there. So when the news came, whatever he said, it actually took me into that trade and then went for my first TP right here, and the second TP is right there. So I'm still in that trade. I'm expecting a continuation to the upside to that second target, and this morning they've pulled back into this order block, so I'm expecting that to reject. So that might be the trade idea for maybe today. Between today and tomorrow, I'm looking for this order block to hold and send price to attack this high and then trade to that level. Now, concerning the dollar index, I want everybody to wait till end of today. Let's wait till end of today, and then we will see what the market is gonna give us, because like I always mentioned, I want to see if this drop here was a buy or a sell. Based on the higher time frame, to me it's a buy. Okay, based on the higher time frame, to me it's a buy, but we have to wait and see this New York session for confirmation. So this New York session, if we can confirm, then yes, we are likely gonna expect a continuation to the upside. And I've highlighted few levels that I'm expecting price to trade to. One is this old low here, this old low there, and then this inverted fair value gap, or this balanced price range. Okay, that is these levels that I'm expecting price to trade to. So let's see if this New York session can trade to those levels. And with the way price went down, we are still, okay, and that is what probably most people might not see, we are still within this range, right? We've not left that range. So all of that is what I think I got the terminology from WWA. complex pullback. I learned that concept from WWA a very long time ago, probably during the 2022 period era. That is when I learned that concept of a complex pullback. So basically, that is what's happening. This is the actual range, this high to this low, that's the range. And everything happening inside that range is deemed as a complex pullback. All right. So I'm not expecting lower prices. I'm expecting higher prices because of that range. All right. So that means this drop here to me is not a sell, because if it's a sell, we should be going to break this low. Okay, that is when, or let me put it this way, if we break this low, that is when we are going down. As long as that low is intact, we are still going to be trading higher. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, I had to make an important call. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so as I was saying, we will see if this New York session is gonna give us a confirmation for a move to the upside. Now you can watch this down candle that formed in London session. Let me take this one off. You can watch this down candle that formed in London session. If we lose that, then there's a high probability they're gonna take out that previous week low. So if we lose this down candle, then they might go and attack this previous week low, and that can give you a trade idea for today. If we don't, then we'll be looking for higher prices. So the opposite is true. If we go above this up candle over here, okay, then you'll be looking forward for all this void you'll be looking forward for all the void to be closed in, this whole move to the downside to be closed in. All right, so that's basically what you look for, and then you basically use the same idea for the euro. If we break this high, you're looking for a buy to go up. If we break this low, okay, if we break this low, you're looking for all this void to be balanced. Okay, British pound, same thing. I think the narrative is the same for both. Depends which side they break first. And euro pound, I think I just mentioned, I'm expecting price to continue going up from here. Hence, you can look for a buy. I think the entry is inside this fair value gap. So far, price is showing willingness to move up. So that is my expectation for the day. Higher prices on this. Dollar yen, the same narrative is for the dollar yen. If you break the high, you go higher to balance. If you break the low, you go lower to go and attack this low. Okay, it's not fixed because we've just opened the week, right? That's the weekly opening. So anything is possible, and I don't want to leave it to one side because today is Monday. Anything can happen. Maybe from tomorrow, then that's when we can have a good idea what the price is gonna do. Okay, so gold, this is the one that I was talking about last week. When price was trading lower, I mentioned that I think this is gonna go up based on the fact that the daily closed bullish, and then we had this candle, and they were going to attack the previous candle's low and then expand up. So I literally bought exactly right here on the 15 minutes. I'll show you my entry. Actually, it was on the 5 right here, because I was monitoring the one minute chart, and on the 1 minute chart we had a quick sharp drop and a rally back above the up candle, which happened here. So that quick sharp drop, and then they came back above it. So as soon as I saw that, basically I bought because of the narrative that I just gave you. On the daily, we had price on the daily we had price basically trading back down into an order block. Okay, we had price basically trading back into an order block. And then after price traded back into the order block, the previous day we came back down in, sorry, the day after we came back down into it, then we rejected right here, and then I bought it, and the news came out, price flew up, like crazy, and I got out right after we went above this high. As soon as we went above that high, I collapsed the trade. I had 2 entries. The one left, I collapsed it this morning. All right, but I think I should have kept some because it looks like it might continue going up. I should have kept some, but I'll look for another entry maybe during the New York session, because it's likely gonna take out that previous week high. It's gonna take out this high. Okay, so I'm watching. I think we probably might have an entry right here. They've gone above this candle. We have another block here, so not bad. I think an entry here with a stop loss below the landing low, and then aiming for this previous week high will not be a bad trade at all. So if you are interested, that can be a trade that you can take. Today is Monday, so make sure you have your stop loss intact. Hence, if anything happens, at least you'll be protected. Not that I'm expecting it to go and stop out, but the way we need to go and take out the previous week high, that is a high probability that is gonna happen. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave that up to you if you wanna take it or not. Okay, if you want to wait for the New York session at 2 p.m., by all means do so. Wait for a fair value gap, 15 minutes fair value gap to form, or you can go all the way down to the 1 minute like I did on Friday, and if you see the same kind of market structure shift that I saw, then you can participate in the move to the upside. Okay. Crude oil, we are heading up. Another beautiful trade that I still have some entries on it. I'm expecting them to go for this equal high. On Friday, go to the one now. On Friday, nothing happened. All the news event that happened on Friday, this pair did not do much. It just stayed there, which was very surprising to me. However, it is what it is. So I'm expecting this equal high to be taken. After that, then I'll decide what price is going to do. It can go all the way up to the 65.11 level or 65.11 level, but I'm interested in the 64.44 level for now. Maybe after we go beyond that, then I'll decide what to do next with the crude oil. So crude oil, we're expecting 64.44. ES price is likely gonna come for previous week high. Not this one, that one. Okay, price is likely gonna come for that one. Hence, this New York session, you can start looking for a potential buy. Okay, price is likely gonna go for that high here, because if you look on the weekly, we rejected that previous week low, hence this is the high that price is likely gonna go for. However, since we've just started the week, it's a good thing to see price dropping, right? It's a good thing. Now you can see the same sort of price action with gold. We close, we come back down, we take out the low, and then we go up. If this is trying to do the same thing, then maybe tomorrow, depending, if we can close, I don't know, somewhere, then next day we look for a run below the low and then a rejection to come all the way back up. So watch New York session. Okay, watch New York session. You're looking for a 15 minutes fair value gap to form or a 1 hour order block to form. Then you can look for your entries to go up. Okay, so that is that for the ES. Now let's go over to the crypto market, which has been crazy since Friday. So Friday, after our session, I was talking about price dipping into this and then going back up. It did that, and I was expecting it to continue, but for some reason over the course of the weekend, price drifted down, and I highlighted this area to see if it could hold to send price back up again, but they went through it. So now I'm watching to see if we can reject it again. Okay, because that is the weekly fair value gap. That is the last one that we have. All right, so if you're gonna go up, this gap should hold, absolutely must hold. So watch it and see, especially today, do we reject and go back up, or the last thing that can happen is they're gonna take out previous week low, then make a run up, back up again. Okay, and personally, that is the one that I prefer. I prefer that price will basically give a rundown to attack that previous week low and stay there and close, not as a bearish closure below this, but a wick like this, similar to the way I've drawn it. That will give us a rejection below previous week low. Then the next day, which is tomorrow, we start shifting to the upside. And I know why I'm saying that, because this whole move to the downside will become an order block. This whole weekly candle, will end up becoming an order block on the weekly time frame, something like this. Let me see if I can find one. Something like this. Like this. Okay, like a green candle. Like a green candle. Green candle. Green candle. That is what I want to see this week. This candle will become. So hopefully by the end of this week, we will see a run back above this high. If that doesn't happen, then there's a serious problem. Okay, if we don't see that happening, then there will be a serious problem for cryptocurrencies, because Bitcoin needs to use this fair value gap to resume the uptrend. If we don't use it, then we might be coming a bit lower before we continue going up. Hence, this gap should absolutely hold. Okay, and with that means Ethereum did amazing, still holding. So maybe Ethereum is giving the positive vibe that the cryptos, especially Bitcoin, can continue going higher. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, as I was saying, Ethereum can basically give the vibe of a continuation to the upside using this fair value gap, because on the weekly we closed higher, not necessarily above previous week high, but we did close bullish, and we also took our previous week low. Hence, this gap here should hold, and continue going higher, and then we've opened the new week, price is trading down first. So it's all lining up for a move to the upside, which I think that might affect the Bitcoin market to also push higher. Okay, that might affect the Bitcoin market to also push higher. Okay. Let's go over to Solana. Solana also did amazing. That was Friday, big move, and it reversed exactly at the level that I mentioned, right below this low. Why? Because on the daily we had, now this is one of the strongest pattern that you ever trade when it comes to auto blocks or institutional trading, or the way I look at the market. One of the strongest patterns that you ever trade is when we have this immediate close and then the candle comes back down. That's the immediate rebalance pattern. So we have a down candle, we close above it, and then the next candle comes back and touches. That's one of the strongest patterns that you ever trade, because usually what happens here, there's a confusion going on, because with this, people are going to be selling. With that, people are going to miss out on the sell, and then they're going to chase the sell. It's going to go against them, and then they will not buy it. As soon as this candle closes, they're going to feel like they missed out. You're going to buy, and then it goes down, and then they're confused, and then this candle appears. So it's one of the strongest patterns that you ever trade when it comes to that. Is why I like what ES is doing, because ES is doing the same thing, where we had this immediate close, the next candle is coming down. Okay, it's one of the strongest patterns that you ever trade, especially when it's happening on the daily, on the weekly, and on the monthly. And it's fractal in nature. When I say it's fractal in nature, it means that it can happen on all time frames, right? That is why I'm bullish on the British. I'm bullish on the dollar. Okay, because the same thing is happening on the monthly time frame. We have this immediate down candle, immediate close, and then the next candle comes right back down. So it's either this one will reject, or next month candle is gonna shoot up. Okay, so let's go back over here. That is why I'm expecting what I am expecting. Okay, so this is gonna push back down in here. We almost got to our 2020 level, but here, that's where we're going. 2020 right here, and that target has not changed. That is where you're expecting price to go, and I like the fact that we've pulled back into the fair value gap. Expect a continuation to the upside. Ripple also did push up on Friday, but we've come back down. Based on the weekly, we are likely going to be rejecting and then going back up again. So expect a continuation to the upside. I think if you can wait for OTE somewhere here or here for a move back up again. right? So OTE, then it moved back up again. Hype also did amazing. It reversed exactly where I was expecting. I did want it to go just a little bit lower, but it's okay. It broke the structure, pulled back, and then up it goes. With this, I'm expecting it to continue going up. We have a down candle here, so this should hold and send price up. It doesn't need to come down much. This is enough, and then continue going up. Then AI16Z, that is the one that after all the rally, it's coming back down because of this low. Okay, so I still think they should come for this low. I don't think going up from here would be the best idea, because if they go up from here, this is gonna be a torment in my mind. It's gonna be tormenting me. I don't like that. Okay, I want this low to be wiped first, so that when we start going up, we don't have to look back, like the possibility they're gonna come back down. We want to eliminate all that possibility of them coming back down. All right, so let's see if we can continue going up from here. Okay, and then finally Chachki is also playing up inside that fair value gap. Still nothing, but again, that is where I'm expecting them to move. Okay. We have something happening in here. Now you can watch this for experience purposes. Okay, you can watch this for experience purposes. Watch it for experience purposes. We have immediate close with the immediate pullback. Watch it and see how this is gonna play out, because it can give you an experience of what I was describing on the daily and on the weekly, on the monthly, on the dollar index, and I think it also happened on Solana. Okay, so you can use this to basically have an experience of what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, so that is all I have for you for today. Back to this, make sure you have all that I said about this. If you don't want to do that, then Euro Pound would be the best candidate, or gold would be the best candidate for a move back to attack the previous week high. Wait for 2 p.m. think time of the day. Wait for 2 p.m. and then you can look for the buy if you get 15 minutes fair value gap form. That is what I'm actually waiting for. I have it on my screen, just waiting for 2 p.m. Anytime from 2 p.m. then I'll start looking for other blocks of fair value gap to go up. Right? Or if you want, then you can trade the crude oil to go and attack that equal high. Again, wait for 2 p.m. and then an auto block form, you can take it to go all the way up there. Okay, so that is all I have for you for today. It's still early for the week, hence patience is gonna be required. Tomorrow might give us more information, and aside that, there's no high impact news until Wednesday. Even with Wednesday, it's just CPI for Australian dollar. We have Thursday GDP for the dollar, and then Friday PCE for the dollar. So not much in terms of news event. Therefore, we might get organic move. It might not be dynamic. Hence trade with caution. between now and Thursday. Right? If you follow maybe the few things that I've mentioned, you'll be fine. Stay close to the high time frame, and let's see what we're gonna get. Today's closure is much important. So this New York session, I'll be monitoring it, how price will close this New York session and how price will close for the day will give me more insight as to going forward what price is gonna do. Right, so take care, have fun, and I'll see you same time tomorrow.